Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the most surprising stories in entertainment, the moments that make you do a double take. Today, we've got a powerful story of redemption, reunion, and raw talent. When a photo of Ruben Studdard with a long-forgotten face surfaced online, it wasn't just nostalgia, it was the beginning of something no one saw coming. Let's dive in. It started with a simple picture, two men, standing side by side. One of them, instantly recognizable, Ruben Studdard, the velvet-voiced winner of American Idol Season 2. The other, a face that triggered curiosity, familiar but faded from memory. Soon, the name emerged, Jamal Roberts. Whispers turned into searches, and searches unearthed grainy audition clips, old fan blog posts, and forgotten praise. Jamal hadn't made it far on Idol, but for those who remembered, his voice had left a mark. And now, years later, he was back, not just in the frame, but in focus. The internet did what it does best. Theories flew. Was it a new project? A throwback jam session? A documentary? Blogs lit up with headlines like, "A Comeback We Never Expected," and "American Idol Reimagined." But behind all the noise was something far more meaningful. This wasn't a stunt. It wasn't even about the photo. It was about the journey that led to that moment, years of silence, growth, and finding purpose beyond the spotlight. Ruben's rise was meteoric. America embraced his warm tone and kind soul. His debut album soared, his nickname, Velvet Teddy Bear, stuck, and he was everywhere, red carpets, talk shows, award stages. But fame doesn't always mean fulfillment. Behind closed doors, Ruben wrestled with staying true to his sound in a rapidly changing music industry. Pressure from labels, expectations from fans, it chipped away at the joy that music once gave him. So, he stepped back. Quietly. Gracefully. Choosing growth over glamour. He never left music, but he redefined his relationship with it. Fewer headlines. More heart. Meanwhile, Jamal Roberts took a very different path. His Idol journey was short, his screen time minimal. But his voice? Raw. Emotional. Authentic. He disappeared from TV, but not from the music. Jamal poured himself into songwriting, performing in community centers, and working odd jobs just to survive. He faced grief, battled anxiety, and lived far from the stage. But he kept singing. Not for fame, but for healing. While the industry moved on, he quietly built himself up, brick by brick, verse by verse. Their paths, once parallel, intersected unexpectedly at a small tribute concert. Not a glitzy show, a humble gathering to honor a beloved Idol vocal coach. Ruben was scheduled to sing. Jamal? He wasn't even on the set list. But when a performer dropped out last minute, Jamal was asked to fill in. And what happened next changed everything. His stripped-down rendition of "A Change Is Gonna Come" stopped the room cold. It wasn't flashy, it was real. Ruben, in the front row, was moved. He approached Jamal afterward with one simple sentence, that was powerful. And just like that, a new connection began, not through contracts, but through respect. What followed wasn't viral or public. Jamal sent Ruben a few raw demos weeks later, tracks written in solitude, filled with pain and hope. Ruben didn't respond right away, but he listened. Twice. Slowly, they began exchanging messages, no deadlines, no pressure. Just real talk, about music, life, and everything in between. Over time, this quiet bond turned into something undeniable. They weren't planning a project. They were finding a rhythm, in friendship and artistry. Then came the moment that changed everything, a community fundraiser in Birmingham. Jamal invited Ruben to join a tiny local show to support a youth music center. No press. No spotlight. Ruben said yes. That night, in front of just 60 people, they performed together for the first time. It was unrehearsed. Imperfect. Magical. They sang old classics, gospel duets, and even one of Jamal's originals. The crowd didn't scream, they felt. Some even cried. Because it wasn't a performance. It was a homecoming. Afterward, sitting on a curb outside the venue, Jamal looked at Ruben and said, "That felt different." Ruben nodded. "It felt like the first honest thing I've done in a long time." From there, the music started flowing. Not in high-end studios, but in borrowed rooms with creaky floors and borrowed keyboards. No label deadlines. Just emotion. Just truth. Ruben brought years of polish and perspective. Jamal brought grit and edge. Together, they created something new, soulful, gospel-tinged, stripped down and grown. Songs about loss, faith, resilience. Not chasing trends. Chasing meaning. A leaked clip from an intern made its way online, and fans instantly knew, this wasn't just nostalgia. It was a revival. Two artists. Two lives. Two very different journeys, finally crossing at just the right moment. Ruben Studdard and Jamal Roberts aren't just making music. They're telling stories that needed to be told. Stay tuned, because what's coming next isn't just an album. It's a testament. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and don't miss the next chapter in this incredible journey.